Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Doug here, doing another Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag video. This is something we normally don't do, but I'm going to do a mix of a review, a multiplayer preview, and I got a little surprise for you about halfway through, so we'll get to that when we get there. So, like I said, we normally don't do multiplayer previews and stuff like that, but we have gotten into we've started to do reviews more commonly, you want to say, so I'm going to give you a review while letting you guys watch a multiplayer game on my way to the platinum. So yeah. This is Wolfpack mode, not Discovery, but Unleashed mode. And this is on difficult, so there's 30 sequences that you have to go through instead of 5, or 25, sorry. And we're playing on Saba, I believe. I've played it like a million times and I have no idea what it's called. That's awesome. But it's something Saba, so anyway. So I figured we would talk about a few things while watching the multiplayer gameplay, and I would interject some multiplayer tips and comments about that as we go on. So first of all, this game is very good. I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. As I've said a million times, 3 was not my favorite, and after having played 3, this one really redid the series for me, and it made me have faith in the series again. So yeah, I really liked it. I loved the additions and the reworking of the naval battles. It was a lot of fun. It made it feel like you were actually in a real naval battle this time instead of just you know, because I dreaded getting in a ship in 3. So this one, I actually enjoyed it. I loved going and plundering a bunch of ships, plunderable ships, stuff like that. You know, it was a lot of fun. So that I really liked. The story was not that great. Without trying to spoil anything, it didn't really focus on a lot of things that I wish it would have, and it didn't really go into as much detail and as much excitement as I wish it would have. That's not to say it was a bad storyline, but it was definitely lacking, and they could have done a lot more. But I understand, because they really increased the open world gameplay. They had made you do a lot of things. They had a lot of things for you to do, instead of once you just beat the game, you were done. So they had forts you can go and capture. You had assassins contracts. You had Templar missions. You can hunt if you really wanted to. You could just go pick up the little flashing thing, the animus fragments, so that you can learn more about the story. Stuff like that. So there's a lot of different things that you could do that really increase the time of the game. Because really, the story mode is not that long. You could breeze through it pretty quickly if you're just playing straight through for the story. So it's really nice that you can go back and do other things, like the legendary ships, that really increase the life of the game and really add a new element to it that was not necessarily in story mode. So that I really liked. I liked the open world. I liked the different things they add that you could do. A lot of fun. So that I enjoyed. The controls, I've always had a problem with the controls. And I think there's actually a few moments in this video where I'll have a problem with them, and I believe there are. I played a lot of different games in multiplayer, so trying to remember which one I had problems with and which ones I had worse problems in are two different things. So if I see them, I'll point them out, but there's just certain little control issues that always annoy me. Like, I want the controls to do something, and they decide to do a completely different thing, and it's... I understand there's always control issues in a game, but this game I always find that they're more common than necessary, and they're just a little random, like things that just shouldn't happen, but they do. So I mean, they have gotten better as the series progressed. I will admit that, but it's still very frustrating when you're in the middle of doing something and you think everything's going perfectly, and all of a sudden the controls just freak out on you and everything goes to hell real quick. So, you know, it's not a game breaker, but it's definitely annoying, and it's something that should be addressed, and I really can't believe it hasn't been up until this point, considering how many games there have been played. So, a little multiplayer inter thing here. The reason why I chose this map to try to get the platinum on, to get to level 55, is because the chest locations are very easy. And it's very easy to, there's a like acrobatic point where you can get a bunch of points for, and there's a hidden like 2 hidden points, and it's very easy to get points really quick so that you can breeze through the defense sequences and you can increase your time. So, because the more time you have left on the clock when you end the Wolfpack mode, the more points you get, the more you level up. The more experience you get, the faster you level up. So that's why I chose this map. And plus, I'm just really good at it. I played all the other maps, and this was probably my favorite. I feel like the layout was the best, but that's just me. There might be a map that you like better, might be a map you like worse. I don't know. So just little interjection there. But in terms of multiplayer, I have never really been into the multiplayer in this game. It's not that it's bad, it's just that, to be honest, I suck at it. So, see, like, right there, I'm not really sure how he saw me so quickly, but, I mean, yes, he's a brute, and brutes do recognize you faster, and they will, like, be aware faster, but, like, I felt like that was super quick. Like, I walked right in front of him for half a second, and bam, like, he was already stunning me. So, probably just me on that one, but I felt like it was a little quicker than it should have been. But anyway, like I said, I honestly just suck at the multiplayer. I am not very good at it. It takes quite a bit of skill, in my opinion, to be able to pick out which characters are actually real characters and which ones are just in disguise and stuff like that. So I'm just not very good at it. And so for me to play multiple games of multiplayer on this is just very hard for me, because I don't like to be bad at a game. I mean, no one does, but I mean, if you give me a shooter, we're fine. You give me this game, no. I probably won't. I'll probably be the last on the team every single time. So the multiplayer is good. I have found that this is about a month after the PS3 versions come out, and I had a little bit of trouble just finding games in a few game modes, which is required to get one of the trophies. So it's kind of hard to play some of the game modes because no one's really playing them, and I've had a little problem with the matchmaking system. Like, it either won't start or it will, like, it won't. I don't know. I've had some problems with it that are probably not all that bad, but they do happen every once in a while. But overall, the multiplayer experience is a lot of fun. It's very unique. There's no really other there's really no other game on the market that has a multiplayer like this. So it is very original. It is a lot of fun to kind of change it up every once in a while, and to really have a different game to play. Because, I mean, you always have Battlefield and Call of Duty Ghosts, and even Killzone has a very similar multiplayer to them, but this is not like a generic shooter or generic multiplayer online mode. So it is a lot of fun, and if you're good at it, great. If you're like me and you just are awful at it, it's kind of hard to stick with it, but still a lot of fun to at least try, and I recommend at least playing a few games to get used to it. If you're going for the platinum, you'll have to play at least a number of games anyway, so yeah. And I got the greatest shot right here. The pistol has a ridiculous range, which I will say kind of annoys me, because in the story mode, the pistol has an awful range, but online, it's like it could go forever. So yeah, it kind of annoys me, but you know, whatever. It's not a huge deal in the long run. But yeah, I definitely recommend at least trying the multiplayer. And if you're going for the platinum, you'll have to get to level 55. You'll have to play at least one game of every game mode, and you'll have to do a few other small, easy things. But if you're not going for the platinum, I at least recommend trying at least 1 or 2 games of different game modes to see if you like it, because it is a different experience that not everybody has played before. So it's only, I think the first game that had multiplayer trophies was Brotherhood, which was number 3 in the series. So, I mean, it could have been something that you've overlooked if you're just playing for the story, which is mostly what I do. But I have platinumed Assassin's Creed 2, Revelations 3, and now 4. Yes, I did platinum 4, so I'm proud of myself. My 75th platinum. So excited. But anyway, so Brotherhood I did not platinum because the multiplayer was just too annoying for me, and the challenges that you had to complete to get one of the trophies was ridiculous, so I can never do it. But if any of you still play Brotherhood online, if you want to boost some trophies with me, then please, by all means, add me on PSN and we will do that, because it drives me nuts that I don't have that series completely platinumed. But like I said, DougieFresh613, DougieFresh613. So there you go. And if you still play Brotherhood, hit me up, because I will boost trophies with you. So, but yeah, that's my overall review of the game. If I had to put a score on it out of 5, I would probably say like a 3.5, maybe a 4. I'd have to really sit down and crunch the numbers, but off the top of my head, that's what I'm feeling. Like overall, the story was not that great. So, and I really like the stories in Assassin's Creed. So for me, that was kind of a letdown. But the open world and the plundering of ships just makes it all worth it. So I would probably give it a 4 out of 5. That would be my my recommendation if you're going by HTG scores or just my scores in general. So there you go, level 55 committed to the cause and prizes, plunder, and adventure platinum trophy. So booyakashow for me. My 75th platinum. I just missed getting to trophy level 27. I'm at 96% or 98% right now. I'm sorry. So a couple more bronzes and I'll have that 27 trophy level. But super proud of myself. Played through all 55 levels of multiplayer. So props to me. Give a like down below if you like that I got another platinum trophy, or if you're just amazed that I got 75 platinum trophies. I don't just like this page. There we go. Or video, not really. Well, it's on the page, so yeah, it kind of works. But anyway, that's my review. So I figured while we watch the rest of this game, for the record, if I wasn't doing this video, I would have quit this game by now, and this game would have been in the box or in my case somewhere, and never would have came out again. But for you guys, I'm gonna finish the game just for fun. So, but another thing I want to talk about is, and I've talked about this a little bit in previous videos, is where I want the series to go next. And I've done a little more thinking about it, done a little more, not really research, but I put a little more thought into it this time. So I've mentioned this before, but I really want to see a Japan Assassin's Creed. I think a feudal time period would be really amazing. Plus, I feel like you could throw in some ship items there because you've built up the ship in the battles in the past 2 games with 3 and 4. So kind of going away from that, I feel like would be almost a step backwards for the series, unless there was something else to fill the gap. But with a feudal Japan, you could still incorporate fishing, because, you know, they have a lot of fishing industry there, and you can incorporate the battles because you have some kind of, you know, Japanese-Chinese wars going on there, something that kind of situation. So that to me is a good step forward for the series while evolving it, whereas like Japan has never been done before, not even come close in Assassin's Creed. So it would be something completely new. The world would be different. You wouldn't see the same type of generic building lookalikes kind of thing, because even from the Italian era to this era, you could still see the similarities in the building construct. So feudal Japan would be a complete different new world in that sense, and you could add in different things that would really increase it, in my opinion. And I think it would be a great step forward for it. I'm not really sure how the story would go, not that I necessarily care. Create a new character, add some kind of story in it, that's fine with me. I have no problem with it. So Japan is something that I would really like to see, and I really hope they go that route. But that being said, there has been some rumors of like Wild Wild West kind of thing in you know, out in the Midwest of the US. And while that would be very interesting if done right, I do have a few things that I could see that being a problem with that I'm kind of concerned about. One, the pistols and rifles thing is a little, because it's after the American Revolution, which is when 3 took place, obviously. If you didn't know that, then you probably could have figured it out by a lot of the gameplay or trailers or anything. So, but guns would be a lot more. They would go back to the horses thing, which I'm really not. I never liked the horses in any of the Assassin's Creed games. Not that they were bad, it just took forever to travel around and stuff like that, and it just wasn't really, you know, I much prefer the ship traveling than the horse traveling. So that would be kind of an issue for me. The fact that the towns are kind of small. I mean, Wild West towns were never like superly huge, where like there was a huge main hub in like the Wild West. No, they were all little small towns, like little sheriff's office, couple of buildings, stuff like that. So getting around would have to probably be by horses, which would take a long time, and I think it would. So, and the whole gun thing, like as much as I love Assassin's Creed and I like the guns that they've added in, going too gun centric might be kind of bad for Assassin's Creed. It could be good, don't get me wrong. Like if they did it right, it could be great, but it could be bad, and it kind of makes me nervous if they're going to go too gun heavy. So that's one of my biggest concerns with that. if they do it right, not a problem. If they don't, it could go bad really quickly. That's all my only problem with that. Another thing that's been rumored for a while is a French Revolution, which is completely fine. But my concern with that is that the French Revolution was because of the American Revolution. Very similar reasons and everything like that. So, in terms of story and gameplay missions, I think that would be very similar. And I'm kind of iffy about that. And like I said, if it's done right, it could be really great. Don't get me wrong. But it's in the same time period-ish, a couple years after as American Revolution. And I feel like it's just too close together. I need to get it away and do something different. Because Pirates were definitely different. It was evolving from 3 in terms of like the gameplay and the combat and the naval combat, but it was still very different. Like, they had not done Pirates, kind of even close to doing Pirates in any other Assassin's Creed game. So this was a real difference, and I really liked it. So I really think that Japan would be the best way to go to introduce new things while also keeping some of the stuff that they've worked on the same. So those are just my opinions. Like, let me know where you want to see this series go next, because I know a lot of you have different opinions on this, and we can go on forever talking about it for days about what should come next. Like, I've heard Egypt as a possibility. I mean, I've heard some small things about maybe like an ice kind of world, maybe like not ice world, but like, like some kind of northern Canada kind of thing, or like Siberia, Russia. I've also heard a lot about Russia, which I actually would not mind at all, considering the comics went there. I think maybe basing a game off of that would be very interesting. So there's a lot of different things. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy the multiplayer, if you plan on playing it, if you plan on platinum this game like me, or if you just let me know if you're proud of me for getting my 75th platinum. I know it sounds a little selfish, but I had to do it. So, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I've had a few requests for different videos that I may or may not do. I haven't really looked as to whether or not it would work as a video and if it'd be helpful enough for you guys. So might be a few more videos, might not be. I kind of one of those things, but hopefully we will get some more out. If not, then I will see you guys in the next series, and I hope you enjoyed. So be sure to check us out on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. And yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys soon.